All right, we did get one thing that has functioned throughout the history of Twitter is Woj bombs, and we did get our final Woj bomb, which was he announced his surprise retirement. I have to say, considering what a big figure he is, not just in the media landscape, but like as a basketball fan, he's almost a de facto like extra broadcasting network where you found out the draft picks ahead of time, like you found out everything ahead of time. I was surprised that this didn't leak out anywhere, but he is going back to his alma mater, St. Bonaventure, to be the basketball GM. I think that's sort of like I'm not really 100% sure what that entails, but Tyler, this is going to leave a big hole in the basketball world. What did you think of Woj's Woj? I guess I can't say he bombed himself, but yeah, the self
Self-immolated.
Woj bomb.
Yeah, it was of course first I was thinking, wow, we just lost perhaps, the greatest scoop man in like the digital era when it comes to basketball. But then I found out the details and found out he was going back to his alma mater to be the GM, and I was like, good for him because Woj is a dude super connected, right? Like if he wanted a front office job in the NBA, he could for sure get that. He's got buddies in high places. But for him to quit his job at ESPN and go back to his alma mater and be the GM, you can tell that that's the job that he wants. That's the dream job for him right there, right? Like that's the job that he picked over all the other options that he could have, went down. And so I'm happy for him, bro. Like that's the fucking dream. Like you and me, we're both big alma mater guys. You with Poly, me with A&T. So like that seems like some dream shit to me. Like he is about to live dynasty mode.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I
was about
mean?
to say the same thing.
Yeah, he is living dynasty mode, bringing his alma mater back to greatness, right? Like I'm super happy for him, dude. It's a dream job, and
Yeah.
I know and it sounds like it's going to be fun because, like I said, there's a certain level of investment for your alma mater where you're doing it out of pride, and you're doing it, to kind of give back because you feel like you owe your alma mater so much for them being there for you in the formative college years and stuff. So I get it, man. I'm happy for him. Like if I
Yeah.
could have a situation like that where I get to go back to A&T and be in a position like that, dude, that would be a dream job.
Yeah.
And to Mike's point, he literally invented the job. He made it up.
Right.
There is no such thing as a general manager for college sports teams. That for individual college sports teams. They have an athletic director,
Yeah,
but there is
right.
no like GM for the basketball team of UCLA or whatever. And so
Mhm.
he got to, which is not a shot. It's incredibly cool that has the
Yeah.
cachet, and also the school is able to be like, this is a good, smart thing for us to do, obviously,
Yep.
to invent this job for him. And can't imagine it works out poorly. The couple bullet points I saw on what the job entails, Mike, are like NIL stuff, which he's a well-connected man, recruiting, and among other things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's basically going to have a say in recruiting and coaching moves and things of that nature with none of the stress. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Awesome.
He,
That's awesome.
he's not going to be on the sideline, coaching, being an assistant or a coach or whatever. He's going to be, kicked up in his office, maybe, working remotely like 2 or 3 days out the week,
Right.
pulling strings how he can. It sounds like a dream job, and I'm happy for him, bro.
It was funny that he did the notes thing as though he were like just looking forward to spending more time with his family. And then it
Yep.
was like, no, he's not spending time with his family. He's just taking a different basketball job.
Ball is life, bro. And he's just going down a different road right now.
Yeah, for sure. This does leave a hole in our basketball culture. And let me just make you a pitch, Mr. Dragonfly Jones. We need someone who's awake on their phone at all hours of the night, who loves
Check,
basketball, who
check,
has the ability to be funny within corporate constraints,
check.
and that's already maybe got a good sized following that's into basketball. So are you gonna throw your hat in the ring to be the new? Are we gonna get Jones bombs? Are you
Look,
throwing your hat in the ring?
look, Sham needs a new nemesis right now, and I I don't think there's anyone more cut for the job to be. Like you said, I'm a basketball fanatic. I go to sleep at like 3 or 4 in the morning every fucking day. Like that's
Yeah.
just the normal routine. You know what I'm saying? Woj needs to go ahead and give me that book of business that he got to tell all his plugs, all his sources. But, just holler at me, man. I'll break some news for you here and there, dog. But don't come at me with no bullshit. I don't give a fuck about no mid-level exception deals. I don't give a fuck about fucking 12th, 11th men getting traded for cash and shit. Give me the juicy shit, bro.
I think
That
that would
was
get
the
support
joke.
though.
Yeah.
Like I feel like every time we're like, oh, is Paul George gonna get traded? Is Paul George gonna get traded? And then Woj is like, so and so has gotten a two-way deal, and everyone's like, no, no, what? I thought this not the Woj notification I thought I was gonna get. So if you just axe all those, Tyler, I feel like that'll be it's a
Yeah,
good platform to run on.
trim the fat, baby. We know what the
Yeah.
people are here for.
Yeah. It was tough. I don't even remember the guy's name, but ESPN did announce that they're like replacing him with like a new breaking news guy, and it
Oh
was
no.
like Shams is gonna drag that guy's corpse up and down the streets. I feel like.
Who is the dude? Do you remember his name or?
I think his last name was Rose or something, but he like introduced himself yesterday, and it was like, you now is not the
No.
time for this, bro. You
You
need to
never want to be the
just.
man following the man, bro. You want to be the guy following the guy who followed the guy.
That's
Because
right.
everyone gets all their animosity of how they missed the guy out on the guy who replaced him. And then you
Oh,
come
I'm
in.
sorry. This was a satiric. It was this.
But
I
there
got
is
got on
there
that.
is
I got on that.
odds on a unnamed sports book. I don't want to no free ads to not how they
Yeah.
for sports books. That Shams is the favorite at -150 to replace him to have them bring him over from wherever he is, Athletic, whatever he is right now.
He's at
Chris Haynes.
FanDuel. Oh, he's at wherever. I'm sorry.
He's at work. He's at multiple places, I think. Stadium, Athletic, like. Chris Haynes is a free agent now. I forgot about that. He like just recently got
Oh,
his deal just expired, which so he could always re-up, but like he's a free agent technically, so he's a likely candidate. And then some other sort of like half insider but half reporter types, Tim Bontemps, Jake Fisher, and Mark Stein are +650, +800, and +1200. Those guys are more like regular journalists who do
okay.
who do some of that sort of like transactional reporting, but it's not their whole life. So like I would assume it's one of the top two guys if it's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Tyler, did you see the video I sent this morning of CJ Stroud talking to Jalen Johnson?
Yeah.
I love this because I do feel like we're approaching a point where it's going to start getting worked into CBAs that like how players go on podcasts and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But Jalen Johnson went on Richard Sherman's podcast and
Shout
talked
out,
about,
shout out.
yeah, shout out to Richard Sherman. He revealed that he had a certain way of covering a double move when he was in Palms coverage. And CJ Stroud was mic'd up, went up to him during their game on Monday night and was like, "You're not gonna get me." I saw that podcast. That shit. First of all, I love CJ Stroud and I love the way he is with guys in the NFL. You would just not think that dude was a second year player. But I love this. Like, dude, I don't need to watch film. I just need to check his podcast tape and
Yeah.
see what he's talking about.
It's a new day. I feel like being extremely online is an attribute that you're going to have to be, especially if you're a quarterback in the NFL now, with all these player pods and guys, giving away their secrets, like giving away game like Jalen did there. But yeah, CJ Stroud, man, he's one of those dudes who, like the more I hear from him, the more I want to hear from him. Like he had that really good pod where he would bring on a defensive player and they would draw up like their dream defensive schemes, and he draw up his dream offensive scheme, and they talk about like why the play would win out. So he's not only someone who's a dude who's hilarious, got a good personality, but he's a student of this shit. Like he is a fucking football computer. Did you see the moment he had when he went up to Caleb Martin after the game? I was like, bro,
Caleb Williams.
yeah, Caleb Williams. I always confuse him with Caleb Martin. That's how you know I'm
Yeah.
old as fuck. But he went up to Caleb and he was like, "Hey man, you got to stop getting hit, bro." He was like, "You got what
Stop
it takes
taking those hits.
Yeah, he's like, "You got what it takes to be good in this league, and it's in you, man. You just got to believe in yourself." I know Caleb's like, "Bro, you are 1 year older than me." I do not want to hear this shit. But honestly, besides the whole, CJ maybe trying to little bro, I mean, you got to soak that game in because CJ Stroud came in and hit the league running. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, he might be a little too young to big bro you, but there's some advice to take from that dude because, Caleb's struggling a bit,
They are actually the exact same age, which is also
They have a
makes it even funnier. They're both
6 week age difference.
Yeah, they're both.
Ready to place your first NFL bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score a touchdown. Go to the Draftking Sportsbook app and make your bet today. I'm not really a Commanders fan, but they got the Giants and Bengals the next couple of weeks, so I am excited to see how Jaden Daniels handles those tests. Ready to do a touchdown dance of your own? New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $250 in bonus bets instantly and get 1 month of NFL Plus Premium.
TD, Tutty, take it to the house, in for 6, whatever you call it, touchdown. One thing's for sure, touchdowns matter more at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. On the ground, in the air, from the special teams or defense, we don't care how they score them. We want to bet on touchdowns. And DraftKings Sportsbook, is the #1 place to bet touchdowns.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code Jenkins. That's code Jenkins, Jenkins, for new customers to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 and get 1 month of NFL Plus Premium. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.